the pandemonium that would have made her to actually assert her status as a king by anointing her two sons the same day, one as king and one as white cap chief of Lagos. And that's why I'm wearing a white cap today. But if you see my white cap is beaded. Usually, if it's for the chiefs, it will be just plain fabric. So the same day, she crowned her two sons, one as king of Lagos and one as the white cap chief. So hence, the Erelu created a dynasty that gave rights to sons of female royals to ascend the throne of the kingdom of Lagos. And this action subsisted today in the monarchical order of the chieftaincy lord of Lagos State. When you think of the fact that it's not just Lagos Kingdom anymore, we are a state, and there are other kingdoms that are attached to Lagos State, and they also benefit from the powers of the first Erelu. It means the children of their princesses can be kings of Lagos. That's how powerful our women were in those days. The current Oba of Lagos and the current Oniru of Lagos, of Iruland, are both beneficiaries of the powers of the first Erelu of Lagos. I don't know if you were following. After the installation of the Oba King, some people took him to court and said, oh, well, we are not sure of his father. But he won that case because he pleaded the fact that he's a direct descendant of Erelu, the first of Lagos. And by the grace of God, he remains the king of Lagos till today, all due to the powers of that amazing woman who remains unsung and unspoken, her actions unspoken. The same Erelu, we all know about the Eyo festival, which has become a symbol of Nigeria. She was the first to perform the Eyo festival in Lagos and using the fetish, the Orisha, that came from her mother's, well, she used it to celebrate the final funeral rites of her mother. And the fetish that we used it today for the Eyo came from her mother's ancestral home, the daughter, Olubani, who was the daughter of King Oshi from Ibefu, married King Adu. So when they say the kingship of Lagos is not Yoruba, it's not true at all. We are, in fact, we are more Yorubas than anybody else. Kabezi is here. There are two empires emanated from the kingdom of Ife. One was the Oyo Kingdom, and the other one Benin Kingdom. And you have Yorubas who went from the hinterland, created dynasties all the way to Ife. We came from Ife through Benin and through Bori, through the water to get to Lagos. So please, who is more Yoruba than anybody else? Because when we got to Benin, we became king, and it's the king from Benin that came to Lagos. The creation of the stool of Lagos was the patriarchal answer to prevent the female royals from aspiring to be kings of Lagos. Unspoken, but that's the truth. Such like in Russia, if you remember Catherine the Great in Russia, that was what happened there. They didn't banish us directly, but they gave us the position of Erelu with all the paraphernalia of an Oba. And she, after crowning her two sons, reigned till she died, sitting in between the two children in this Lagos. And in fact, she was so tough and strong because she was one of the first to interface with the Portuguese when they came to trade in Lagos. And she was so strong and so influential that her son, who was the king, she also had authority over the affairs of women organization, including markets. She is a ranking and distinguished member of the Oba in Council, where vital decisions are taken. That is the new Erelu creation. She remains a ranking and distinguished member of the Oba in Council where great decisions are taken. She is the custodian of the Palace of Lagos, and she's a close, or she's supposed to be close confidant and advisor, especially on social matters and creation of honorary chieftains. The title of Erelu's as royal titles. So what I mean, I would crave the indulgence of Kabiyesi here, that please, without taking away from women being honored.
Royal dispensation of Kábíyèsí Olófin Àdìmúlà has asked you to